Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, RD, how you doing, man? How's your day? Kind of a little impromptu. Hey, Scott, how you doing, man? Kind of an impromptu dime roll break here in this one, as opposed to just doing a regular video. I figured I'd just go ahead and do a quick little live deal. Chilling before work, freaking Jeep. Pretty good, Scott. A little exhausted. It's been kind of a crazy last 48 hours. Just trying to get kind of like yeah, right, Eric. Just trying to get everything all squared away before Christmas. I usually run myself pretty ragged for the last few days. Just doing some shopping, wrapping, and all that stuff. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't know if it's epic, Corey. We'll see. These are my Facebook rolls. My wife actually put out a flyer on Facebook Marketplace, and we had a ton of people that say, "Hey, you know, we got some change that we could roll up for you." So pretty cool. This is just a small part of it. I went through quarters the other day. It was kind of, about what you would expect from quarters. Dimes, I usually have a little bit better luck. Eric, ladies and gentlemen, is actually in front of the bank waiting for Loomis to show up. I kid, man. I kid. I don't know. We'll see. It's been what 6 months or so since I found silver and dimes. Of course, I haven't actually a little bit longer than that. I'll be honest with you. Oh no, we'll see. Hey, Laura. Um, Agnes, it's my channel name at Gmail. So Blue Ridge Silverhound at Gmail. Marcos, how you doing, pal? My grand prize winner is in the house from the Blue Ridge giveaway. Hard to believe that was over 7 days ago. Man, the last 10 days have just been flying by. We're going to get started here momentarily. I just wanted to take a moment to say hello. Hola, Kyo. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, ¿y tú? It's like the most typical response for that, I guess. Hey, Robert Duty. How you doing? Hey, Seamus. How you doing, man? Hope everyone's doing well. You guys are doing your last minute shopping for you folks that actually celebrate Christmas. That's what I've been doing for the last 48 hours. Again, running myself ragged. Yeah, 12 likes. Thank you guys. Appreciate all of the support as always. Thanks. Thanks, Isaias. Did I get that right? Hey, freaking Jeep! You know you're at the right bank because every time you walk in the door, they know you by name and face. Like, oh, hey, you're here for so and so. It's like you just open them already. Okay, yeah, I'm going naked with my hands. I'm not using any gloves. My hands are all dry and chapped. So, and they usually get that way this time of year. All right, come on. So the first roll is being very difficult with me. Let's see. Let's try out the other end. Worst comes to worst. Yeah, this is the worst roll hunting video ever, right? So I couldn't find my little typical roll hunt little tray thing. I think my daughter put it somewhere. So we got a just good old towel here. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. These things are tiny. Hopefully, we could get something a little bit decent to tell a story with. I'm here on the West Coast, so you're probably going to find quite a few of these guys, Denver's, more than likely. So yeah. Anyways, there we go. So we got our first beater. We're always due for at least one. This thing looks like it was probably used to shut down a nuclear reactor. Maybe this was MacGyver's time right here. Who knows? But it is a 2015 P Philadelphia. What do you think? Should I put it up on eBay and you know say that it's a rarity? Hey, that was MacGyver's dime. All right, he's done so much for the community. You better believe. Well, not the coin community, but pop culture community, I suppose. 76D. Yeah, nah, yeah, got clipped. I doubt it. Hey, Roadrunner in the house. How you doing? How's everyone doing? All right. So my hopes are we have like 14 rolls, and my hope is that we are able to score a few varieties and possibly a few silvers. Okay, so this compilation of rolls is actually from two different people who know nothing about coins. And what they did was they just simply rolled up their coins and gave it to me. Of course, I gave them face, I paid them a little bit more. If it was like $39 in coins, I gave them 40. So I rounded up. So a little bit of a weak strike there. We might have something. We don't know if that's a 2000D or a 2006. Kind of hard to say. There's a little bit of a weak strike there. Probably more just a little bit of grease. Struck through grease, although look at the back of that one there. It's got some sort of stain on the top left. 10 o'clock position there. So I'm kind of concentrating on the actual coins, but I have my laptop up and I'm checking out your guys's comments. So thank you guys. 73 of you. Wow. Outstanding. You guys are the bomb.com. Go ahead and check out that website. You'll see your face on there. It's public domain, so, Yeah. Yeah, I could be a nerd. I'm a dork. We all have those moments. If it seems like I'm going through this rather quickly, it's because I am, because there's 14 rolls and, there's so little time in the day. We're 2 days away from Christmas, so I don't want to monopolize. Ooh, gross. That's a booger dime right there. I don't want to monopolize all your guys' time. So just like that, we are through one roll. So let's go ahead and crack a lack-in for the second one here. So are you guys having a success grabbing any coins from the bank? It should be this time of year. Everybody's depositing their money. Yeah, I was thinking about bomb.com as in, BOMB, but yeah, that makes sense too. Beautiful works. It does work. Today's world, beautiful always works. So, oh, like I was saying, were you guys having a success grabbing some coins? I know some of you have an easier time of it. It's just there's certain people that, depending on where you live at, you don't see a shortage. But where I'm at, where there's more population, more businesses, and all that great stuff. Yeah, I'm still a little bit upset that Elon Musk left the great state of California to Texas. Actually, I'm very interested in relocating to a different state. It's been a long time coming, that's for sure. Even though I was born here in California, I went to high school in Nevada, so I'm used to not being in the state all the time. Yeah, Roadrunner. That's probably one of the things I don't get around here is half dollars. The institutions I bank with um, don't order half dollars because they don't want to sit on them. I think at one point in the past, people abused the half dollar ordering. The half dollar ordering and then end up returning them to the bank. So the banks are There's a 65. That's our first 65 of the bunch. They end up returning the coins, those silly gooses, back to the original bank where they ordered them. Okay, where you guys know if you're going to do coin roll hunting, it's always a good idea to designate a dump bank, right? I mean, that's just, if you've been doing this for a while, you should know that. That's for sure. All right, so we're through roll 2. How do you put your coins in order in PCGS and NGC boxes? You mean the blue boxes that they give you? All right, so that's probably a dirty dime right there, the third one from the right. I usually, well, I have a couple ways of doing it there, Blues. I usually do it by denomination. I know that sounds very straightforward, and uh, I do it by denomination, and I go by. Oh, there's a 70. So let's see. We're looking for that. That was it. Proof reverse with the two lines on the back, and this one certainly does have that. So I have a pen here. So you see these two deep little valleys here on the flame area of the torch. Okay, that's not typical for a 1970. This is actually the transition or whatever you call it. I actually have my cherry picker's guide somewhere around here. Let me grab that. But yeah, that's the first find out of this, for crying out loud. Not bad. Yeah, NGC slabs do not fit in the blue boxes. They stick up a little bit higher than what I'd like. So normally, I also have the Lighthouse albums. Have you guys seen those? For slab coins, I use those as well. I probably use those more for the higher end stuff. All right, so this is the reverse of 68. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Right there. This is the Cherry Picker's Guide. So it's the FS 901. So the one that you want to find is the coins, which are found in 69, 70, and 70D with the deep valleys. The regular one will be flat, like the one on the right there. All right, they're not worth a whole lot, but if you cobble up like a full roll of them, I've had pretty good luck selling a full roll of the FS 901 for let's see, right around $50. You'd figure, even in circulated condition like this example right here, they're still worth about 75 cents to $1 a piece. And you just don't see a lot of them on the secondary market for sale, so that's pretty cool. James, if you found a 54 no mint dime, more likely it's a Philadelphia, because the Philadelphia struck coins. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, we got a whatchamacallit. Obviously this one is a a nice smooth post mint damage slider, as Eric would say, but no, that one is I guess we call it a washer coin or something like that. So this thing gets stuck in the centrifugal kind of chamber of a coin machine or something like that, and it just eats away at the top layers, and then this is what you come across. So no, that's not a rarity. People come across these all the time. Yeah, but I have a couple Lighthouse albums for graded in slab coins, and generally I'll either put the better stuff in there. That one is a little bit off color compared to the other coins, or the NGC slabs. So I even have some of the older Annex slabs, which are actually smaller in size. They're actually a scad bit smaller than Annex slabs. And Annex slabs have that weird kind of pointed top to them, which, there's really no standardization to the actual sizes of the slabs. So these grading companies obviously don't communicate to each other or say, "Hey, we're going to do our slabs this size," so that way they could fit. Oh, that's gross. It is a 67. There is a notable double to die obverse. I'll put this one aside, but even with that gunk on there, I'm not very excited about it. 83. Sheila is wondering if we should put together a Roosevelt Dime series album, right? I don't know. I've put together quite a few Dime albums. I actually have one that is in pretty nice shape. Let's see. That's in a Littleton album. And it's complete too. As a matter of fact, a few of the dates are proof. Like I have a 51 proof Roosevelt Dime in that album that I think I ended up buying somewhere, and I think it was probably 7, 8 years ago. I ended up putting that in instead of a business strike 51. So we have a 70D. Let's see if we got that FS 901 here and see how flat that one is in comparison. I know it's not a substantial find from one to the other, but it's a pretty neat find. And if you go through enough dimes, you'll come across more than your fair share of them. And you pull them aside. And this is what I like to call kind of like one of those. This is a find that in which if you were able to find them in quantity, you're probably more better suited that way. And then just go ahead and sell them. Okay, there's another 67. I'll put that one aside. I'll get in close with the magnifier. Yeah, a lot of Denvers, huh? There's not a whole lot you could find in Denvers. I think there might be maybe one or two coins in the newer dates. There we go. Well, I'm glad you guys are chatting amongst each other. Get to know each other, because hopefully after the first of the year, we'll be doing more of these live streams. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm still on the fence of whether or not I'm gonna continue on to Blue Ridge After Dark. It went off really well. I just want to make sure I'm not alienating, people when it comes to my sailor mouth, I guess. But anyways, it sure was a lot of fun. I was glad to kind of get things off my chest. And if you guys appreciate it, you guys like it. I know probably 95, 99% of you definitely do like the Blue Ridge After Dark episode I did a few weeks back. So I want to make sure if it upsets you guys that you let me know. Oh, Rain, I haven't done a live in a while. To be honest with you, the last live I did was the Blue Ridge Silverhound holiday giveaway. And even before then, this year was just funny because, as you guys know, I contracted COVID. Whatever your beliefs are of COVID, I actually got it, and it messed me up. It messed me up a little bit to where I still have a few, I guess, after effects from it. Oh, guys, we might have our first silver. Right? That one right there in the middle might be a silver. So let's see. Let's see what we got. I've been fooled before, We pulled Canadian out of these things. There's another 70D. So let's see if we have and we do. Yeah, we got the reverse of 68 on this 70D, which the 70D is one of the more common dates. If you could find a 69 with that reverse of 68, that would be awesome. So yeah, we're off to a running stop here with the varieties. Is this our silver? No, it's a 71. All right, Randall is new to. Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that, 64. So we got our 90%. 64D. So we got our first silver in the house. There. Nice silver edge there. Great, I'll take it. Like I said, I haven't found one in quite a while, so that's a welcome surprise. If it was the only one I found out of all these rolls, I think I'd be okay. DDR, I don't know. We'll find out here soon enough. I'm putting all the coins aside for now, and then I'll go through them at the end. I figure that's probably the easiest way of doing this. Good old Franklin dime, huh? Yeah, they've been long overdue. I mean, they've redesigned all the other denominations. Why not the dime? Of course, I've heard other things as well. There's another 70D. Yep, we got a pair of deep valleys on this one as well. So as you can see, not a rare coin, but it is a recognized variety, the reverse of 68. And again, that's on the 69 Phillies, 70 Philly, and a 70D. All right, so make sure you find those and you pull them out. Again, they're worth probably 50 cents to a dollar. It's again a coin that you want in quantity to sell. It's just easier. Or you could sell them individually. You might be able to get $5 a piece for them with free shipping. So there you go. So we're down 4 rolls. Yeah, 1874 Indian. That's a good one. The tougher date, obviously. Yeah, any of those mid 70s. Of course, you got the 1877, which is the toughest of all of the Indian heads by a good margin. 66. This was actually, that last roll was actually pretty decent. So I'm happy with that. We got a silver. We came away with a couple FS 801 reverse of 68s. That was solid. Probably made $5-6 out of that roll there. You never know. Yeah, Mercury dime is not that expensive. You could actually buy a pretty decent mid-state 1940s one for probably around 20-25 bucks. Anytime I go to a coin show, which I'm ready for it after the first of the year, I am just ready for this whole thing to be done. But you could go to a coin show, and anytime I find a really pleasing looking Mercury dime, that's mid-state 65 or so, and they're out there too. In those higher grades for around 25-30 bucks. That's definitely a great pickup. Hey, cool sad. Is that a Morgan dollar or what kind of coin you got? 1883. Oh, right. New Orleans. Mid-state 60, 60, 62. Because if it's a Morgan, that's a relatively common date and mint mark for that grade. There's a 79. Yeah, a lot of the reference books in numismatics, especially the specialized ones, like if you went and got a cherry picker's guide, I think is one that we could all identify with. They are about ready to, or not. I don't think it's Whitman Publishing. I don't think they're doing it this year. It might be Krause, but they are going to be releasing the newest edition of, I think, Volume 2. And the book in itself is like 40 bucks. So if you think about all of the different types of reference materials you buy, okay, and then we always preach you buy the book before the coin. And if you bought all of these expensive books and then you got out of collecting, two things are going to happen. Okay, you have spent all this money on books. Okay, I have probably a book collection that's worth about $2,000, and it's stupid. It's a stupid amount of money just for books. Okay, and now you're going to be stuck with all these books. Now the good news is some of it's very, very sellable. If you wanted to get out of collecting, you could certainly sell those. But just think of how much money you've invested in books, because as a little bit, more experienced collectors, we tell you to get the books. Alan, it really depends. Carson cities, yeah, no doubt about it, have all sorts of value. Okay, normally Carson cities, unless they're completely beat up and worn down, okay, a lot of them do have quite a bit of value. You get into some of the more common dates, like the early 1880s, and grading can be arbitrary because there's a lot of what they call VAMs that you could find during this time period. And they exist quite frequently within kind of like the more common dates of Morgans. You could cherry pick a beautiful Mint State 64 Morgan for like 50, $60, and come to find out you have found, like a hot list, 100 or a top 100 VAM variety. Okay. And VAM varieties can be anything. They could be, like um, a die chip on Morgan's cheek or Liberty's cheek, or it could be a series of die cracks or clashes, So it's become quite popular. And some of those VAMs can be pretty pricey, even for some of the most common dates. So, a little word of advice: the value can be a little deceptive at times on the Morgans, especially on the common dates. It depends on really what else you find on there. That's why I love cherry picking some of the common date Morgans. Okay, and for me especially, it's going to be one of those things I have to feel like going through Morgans. Yeah, please do not put your personal information in chat. We're going to have to block it. Myself, Cindy, or Blues Coins can do that. So we want to make sure we keep you guys private and safe on here. I actually had someone, I think probably not the last live stream, but the last one before that, which was a good while ago, put up their phone number and email and all that stuff in chat. And I'm like, oh, don't do that. Yeah, you never know who you're gonna run to. Run into. Yeah, the '09. I don't know if I found a '09s. I haven't really been checking. I know the '09 nickels is something that I've been actively pulling out of because they are kind of like the modern keys. So here's one that I found in actually the last batch of nickels I did a couple days ago. I didn't do it on video, but that right there, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, is worth about $1. All right, that coin right there is worth about $1 because it is a such lower mintage than all the other dimes around it. Okay, and if you think about 2009, well, what happened? Well, there was the quote unquote Great Recession. All right, so the U.S. Mint actually produced less coins during that time. So even the 2009 dimes have a little bit lower mintage, but compared to the nickel, the 2009 dimes aren't worth as much. Oh, that's interesting. Was that a strike through? Hey, Blues, are you still in the house? Look how weak the rim is there. The reverse of it has a pretty strong rim. It's not a die adjustment strike because that obverse would be a lot weaker, and so would the reverse. Hey, Blues, do you think that's a little bit of a strike through there on that 85p? I'll put that one aside. Huh, interesting. Yeah, it does look worn down. It might be. Some of these dimes just get hammered and beat up over time, depending on, depending on the situation, I guess. I'll be honest, I don't think I came across one 2009 dime, which is further proof of how tough they are. That one looks like it has a little bit of a strike through grease. You see the pattern behind the head there. It's nothing that personally I would worry about holding on to. Some people will think it's neat, but me personally, it holds no extra value. We got 8 rolls left. Believe it or not, I thought I'd be further along than that. Yeah, we're 30 minutes in. Oh, we got another silver. Jeez, it just kind of snuck up on me, but I saw the little D right there. All right, what year do you think this one is? Any guesses? What's the situation of your situation? Can you be a little bit more specific? All right, so we got 62, 52, 59. We got a couple 64s, 63s. 64 it is. I ain't hating. I mean, I'll take a 64. It's 90%, right? So we got two 90 percenters in here. I was not paying attention. Didn't even look at the edges or anything. Is that another one? No, it's 03. Hey, you knew it. By Jove, I think you've got it, Cindy. Yeah, I'm trying to get through the dimes as quickly as I can. Oh man, I forgot how tedious it is because these things are so tiny. And for those of you that roll that search through dimes, there's another one that's got some damage, much like the other one. The back's probably all, yeah. Look at that, all the way through to the copper. For those of you that love going through dimes, you know how tedious it is, especially when you have sausage fingers like me. I mean, look at those bad boys. Good old knockwursts for fingers. Yeah, I don't have to go fast, but you know, if it was any other time, like if it was like for after the first of the year, when we all have a little bit extra time, because I know people are taking time out of their day, 2 days before Christmas, to hang out with myself and other folks. MRG, it really depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, are you strictly looking at it from a flip perspective? Like, do you want to grade it and then flip it? Modern coins, I will tell you guys, I've preached this many times over, is not something that you just want to kind of like casually grade. It's that's not a great idea. I did it for a while. I did a lot of PCGS submissions for 50s, 60s, and 70s coins, and you know I've gotten torched on a number of occasions. I could honestly say the moment I knew, and I was just going through the numbers, you know, running. I have a spreadsheet of like all the coins I've submitted to PCGS, and then after I've sold them, you know, I wrote down that number. Um, I could say that I've come away from grading to a point where I broke even, and I walked away. I'm like, man, this is too much of a roller coaster ride to do. And I'll be honest, I was following the notion that you could find that top pop coin, and I've actually had a few of them. At the time, I ended up with a 66 plus 63D Lincoln that I ended up selling for what, $1,800. So that was nice. But you know, that's what we go for. And then you know, you got to keep in mind, you got to submit um, a decent quantity of coins. Okay, you can't just onesie twosie it and expecting you know to get that lightning in a bottle kind of outlook on the grading submission. It doesn't work out that way. Whereas older coins, that's a different story. Older coins, you could much more appreciate and take your time, and you know that the money you're spending on grading submissions on quality coins, you know, some really nice ones, is going to be far more worth it than moderns. Moderns, I was doing it to get rich quick. It didn't work out. I got out of it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Tracy, yes, that is correct. if you're going to do photos for eBay selling or for any reason, if you wanted to show it off on Facebook or Instagram, yeah, take it out of the 2x2, take it out of the holder, unless it's in a graded holder, then well, obviously you don't do that. So as I can honestly say, there's a few Philadelphias in here. I thought I'd be pretty much skunked out of any quality Philadelphias, but Philadelphia is the only reason why that's important to me is because your best shot at finding some of those neat like die clashes and cuds and all that stuff would be obviously in the Philadelphia. So there's a 65 with some die file lines right underneath Roosevelt's nose there. So this one probably had some clashing at one point. Kind of hard to say. Usually you could find remnants like under the olive sprig. You could kind of see it a little bit right here. Just right there going through the U and pluribus. You could see that clash mark right there. Yeah, usually a fully involved clash where you can actually see the profile of Roosevelt's head that goes all the way around. Those are the neatest. So otherwise, normally I wouldn't keep a coin like that. It's too minor and it's more of a progression thing. So you guys are just coming in. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to each and every single one of you. I know this doesn't mean a whole lot, but is anyone hanging out with family during this time for this weekend? Right? I mean, Christmas is on Friday, so that pretty much sets things up for a 3 or 4 day weekend, depending on how you look at it. Are you guys hanging out with family? Whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. I think a lot of people are staying home, Cindy. I know we are. We usually go out after the first of the year, and visit my family, but that's not happening. Everybody is so sheltered. Personally, I'll be ready when all this is done so I can hang out with my broski. And I've been itching to do some shooting or something out in the Nevada desert. We haven't done that in a while. Or ride the quads. I think I forgot how to ride one. Sean, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, I know. What? You mean ride on a quad backwards? Maybe. Yeah, for those of you on the East Coast, with the PMETs, congratulations. I'm envious. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, yeah, I want to move out of California and head up over on the other side of the Mississippi River so I could get some PMETs. She just laughed. I'm like, well, we've been out here on the West Coast for her all her life. For me, it's been 15 years, so I think I'm ready for a change. Yeah, here in California, our gun shops and all that, they every time they get a shipment in of some sort of ammunition or something, there's always a line, and then by the time you get there, thinking you have enough time, it's all gone. Everything is gone. I'm dropping everything. See, that's what I'm talking about with dimes. 77 beater. Yeah, did you guys see that beater? I just kind of, passed it on by. I'm starting to get arthritis in my hands from all these dimes. That's what's going on. And my apologies. You're really not missing much. We found kind of a general recap up to this point. We found 2 silvers and 3 FS 901 reverse of 80 68s. Not 80 nothing. I'll tell you guys what, because of the price of silver right now, coin shops have silver coming out of their ears. From a couple shops I've talked to here in the last week, they have plenty of 90%. If that's your thing, I actually gave away some 90% on my Blue Ridge giveaway, and they are running low on things like Silver Eagles. But 90%, they got right, Eric. You know what I mean?